All up, bitches. This is I Am the Ruin coming at you with another vlog. So here we go tonight. You guys feeling a little down. Feeling a little down, guys. Got some stress going on. Trying to find a place to live. I've got like a week to go. Hopefully, I'm gonna turn in an application tomorrow, and I pray to the gods that I will get this apartment, or else it's storage for my shit and living somewhere that I don't want to. Um, Temporarily, if that's the case, but it still on something I want to do. That's plan B. Going forward, plan A. So, that being said, I don't want this to be a downer one, so we're going to keep the positivity up. We're going to ramp that up. And I'm going to talk about some more video games, because, fuck, I love video games, and let's get after it. So last time we talked about the game that got you guys into gaming. For me, it was Warcraft 2, Tides of Darkness. Had a lot of great shit in the comments. Really appreciate it. Good stories, especially S Pro. S Pro, great comment, man. I love that. Sorry I didn't comment on it. I've been busy at work and stuff, but man, that was fantastic. If you guys haven't seen that, check out the last vlog of the 4th, and check out the comments with S Pro, sharing some shit with us. That was some good stuff. Anyways, we're going to talk about some new shit here. We're going to talk about first-person shooters, or FPS. Um, Many of you may not like that genre. I, for one, love that genre. That is how I cut my teeth into gaming, really nitty gritty. And my first real online experience was FPS, and it was Unreal Tournament, the original Unreal Tournament. So let me give you a little background on my FPS experience. I started with the first Doom on PC, playing with the arrow keys with some space and whatever you did. There was no mouse involved because there was no 3D stuff back then. And then so I played that a little bit. In my childhood brain, that was way too scary, way too intense for me. Didn't like it at all. And a couple years later, grew up a little bit, and then Quake came out, the original Quake, which back in the day was not a multiplayer arena thing. It was an actual like single player, kind of like Doom, very gothic, kind of weird shit going on. And I played that a little bit, but still never quite got into it. I was still too young, didn't quite comprehend like the shit that was going on in the video game world. Um, and looking back, Quake and Doom, obviously, the pioneers of the genre. That's what it was. That's what a first-person shooter was. I know it revolutionized shit, but for me, what first got me into first-person shooters was really Unreal Tournament. It was just this fast-paced, shooting rockets, shooting everything you could, just jumping all around. Literally, jumping and movement was key to survival. That's something I don't think like modern shooters get, that fast-paced stuff. A lot of it's just accuracy and that sort of thing. But back in the day, it wasn't necessarily accuracy. You could have a lot of just shitty shots, but you could dip, duck, dive, and dodge and just move all around and make yourself hard as hell to hit. But if you had some accuracy with that mouse and keyboard, ooh, you could plant some shots, and that's where I learned my craft, was Unreal Tournament. I remember playing with my friend, we'll call him Archer, and back in the day, I used to go visit my dad. Every other weekend was his weekend, and that pretty much turned into me spending all my time at Archer's house playing some goddamn Unreal Tournament on PC. We would just take turns playing multiplayer, just play a couple rounds for him. I jump in there, play a couple rounds. We do some custom games with some insta-gib. That's pretty much a one-shot, one-kill. Play some regular stuff, capture the flag, team deathmatch. Oh, it was so fast-paced. It was so awesome. That's where I cut my teeth into the first-person shooter, specifically the PC genre. And as I grew older, obviously, I still played a lot of first shooters, mostly on PC. But as I grew older, I grew a little bit way apart from my dad, so I wasn't quite into the PC genre like I was. So I got a little bit console, and on console, I never played first person shooters. The whole concept of a mouse and keyboard to a controller just didn't compute in my mind. It was too slow. I couldn't move around enough. There wasn't that whole just jumping and moving all around that there was on the PC, and I lost favor with it. It didn't quite translate back in the day. And I know Halo came out. I didn't play Halo for years until after it came out, and it was just because I it didn't register for me. And I tried it a couple times, and it just was not my cup of tea. And I'm trying to think of the first console where I really got into it. I never really got into it. It was more of a progression of, okay, I don't have a PC, I have a console, and I want to play some FPS, so I'm going to have to adapt to it. I want to say, actually, probably is Bioshock. The original Bioshock, that really kind of got me into it again. And that was just a great story, that sucked me in, and the gameplay I would just have to learn to live with. And then afterwards, it was the orange box on the Xbox 360. It's the orange box, for you don't know, that came with Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Episode 2, Portal, and Team Fortress 2. And it also came out on PC, and obviously the TF2, Team Fortress 2, just blew up on PC, not necessarily on Xbox, because you really couldn't do all the mods and stuff. But that kind of got me back into it, and I kind of learned how to kind of translate my PC FPS to my console FPS. And it kind of translated pretty well, at least with that game. And slowly but surely games come out, and you kind of adapt and stuff to it. But anyways, and we're up into nowadays, and we have our Call of Duties like Black Ops 3. That was another one that I really kind of cut my teeth on the console version anyway. And now I'm playing Battlefield 1. Just got it last night, playing a bunch. Fantastic game. But really, it was Unreal Tournament on PC, and I played their sequels too. But that first one, that's what cut my teeth on the FPS genre, at least for PC. So what I want to hear from you guys is, what was the first FPS game that you played? If you played FPS games, if you don't play FPS games, just hey, comment still. Be like, hey, they weren't my cup of tea. But if you did, I want to know what was your favorite one. Whether it was, let me know if it was PC or a console, if it was Xbox, even PS2, PS3, PS4, Xbox One. That's what I want to know. So down in the comments, let me know, what did you cut your teeth with the FPS genre? And with that being said, I'm out like a trout. Remember, reduce, reuse, recycle. Deuces, bitches.